Sean Diddy Combs' legendary white parties, luxurious, invitation-only events where guests were dressed in head-to-toe white, have recently come under intense scrutiny. Allegations have surfaced accusing Diddy of hosting events that involved coercion and manipulation.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
Witnesses have claimed the existence of compromising footage from these gatherings, suggesting misconduct. Additionally, former associates have alleged that these parties served as venues for illegal activities, including drug use and worse. Despite these serious allegations, it's undeniable that Diddy's white parties played a massive role in elevating his brand, expanding his business ventures, and ultimately making him a billionaire in 2022. These exclusive gatherings attracted a who's who of the entertainment and business worlds, providing fertile ground for collaborations and partnerships. By curating an atmosphere of exclusivity, Diddy positioned himself at the nexus of music, fashion, and business. The legendary white party vision, Diddy's luxurious playground for the elite. Diddy's white parties were far from your typical A-list gatherings. Held in ultra-exclusive spots like the Hamptons and Beverly Hills, these events became synonymous with glamour, influence, and pure celebrity magic. From the moment guests received their exclusive invitations to the last champagne toast, it was clear Diddy's white parties were the definition of VIP. These weren't just parties, they were statements, carefully crafted by Diddy himself to showcase the ultimate in style and status. The iconic all-white dress code wasn't just a fun theme, no, it was a move. White, a color that symbolizes elegance, purity, and unity, set the tone for an otherworldly aesthetic that made these parties feel like a dream come to life. Imagine, rows of celebrities and power players decked out in shades of white, each guest a piece of Diddy's sophisticated vision. From tailored suits to flowing gowns, the all-white ensemble wasn't just fashion, it was a vibe. Under the sparkling chandeliers and soft lighting, the scene was nothing short of ethereal, transporting attendees to a level of luxe that only Diddy could create. Receiving an invitation was the first taste of the glam. These weren't your average invites. They were like gold dust, designed to hint at the unforgettable night to come. They set the stage for an evening of full-on luxury. For anyone lucky enough to be on the guest list, it meant one thing: you'd made it into Diddy's inner circle, and the world was about to take notice. With each arrival at the event, the air was thick with anticipation. Guests stepped into a world of elegance, where even the smallest detail screamed luxury. In creating such an immersive experience, Diddy turned his white parties into more than just social events. They became brand statements. His name was synonymous with luxury, exclusivity, and style, and these parties were the embodiment of his personal brand. Every guest who walked through the doors was stepping into Diddy's world, where sophistication and influence reigned supreme. Attending one of these events wasn't just about rubbing shoulders with the stars, it was about being part of Diddy's legacy, joining a celebration of luxury and power that few could match. For those lucky enough to attend, the white parties were a one-way ticket to the upper echelons of celebrity culture. For those on the outside, they were something to dream about, to envy. This was Diddy's genius at work, creating something so exclusive, so unattainable, that the allure of the white parties only grew with each event. The parties became cultural touchstones, immortalized in magazines and social media as the ultimate status symbol. Ultimately, Diddy's white parties were much more than gatherings. They were high-fashion statements, visual feasts, and celebrations of an elite lifestyle. Each event became a legendary reminder that Diddy wasn't just in the business of entertainment, he was in the business of creating unforgettable experiences that would be talked about for years to come. If you got that invite, you'd made it to the top, no question. Networking like no other, the ultimate business playground. The white parties didn't just look like a dream, they were where dreams were made. If you were one of the lucky few invited, you were stepping into the ultimate networking playground. Diddy's annual white parties became the place to see and be seen, drawing a roster of the most powerful and influential people across music, Hollywood, fashion, and business. These gatherings weren't just about fun and fashion, they were masterclasses in the art of networking. Diddy, a mogul with a knack for spotting opportunity, transformed each of these parties into the perfect setting for building connections, nurturing collaborations, and sealing deals that would change the game. Imagine walking into a room and bumping into Jay-Z on one side, with Kanye West chatting with top executives from luxury brands on the other. The white parties brought together heavy hitters who had influence, resources, and ambition, the perfect formula for building an empire. Diddy, always one step ahead, recognized that these parties could be more than social gatherings. They could be incubators for the next big moves in entertainment, fashion, and lifestyle. Here, artists didn't just exchange casual hellos, they formed relationships and business partnerships that would define their careers and the industry. For Diddy, it was prime real estate for planting the seeds of future business ventures and fostering the kind of collaborations that money couldn't buy. Picture this, a young Kanye West catching the eye of a high-profile investor, or a budding entrepreneur rubbing shoulders with top executives from iconic brands. Deals that might take months to negotiate in the boardroom could kick off with a single conversation over cocktails, all in an atmosphere where everyone was there to be inspired and make moves. Diddy knew exactly how to curate this environment, creating the perfect blend of glamour and ambition that left guests not only impressed but ready to collaborate. Each interaction at these parties had potential. A simple handshake could lead to a future collaboration. A casual conversation could spark a multi-million-dollar idea. In this environment, nothing was just small talk. Every toast and every smile had the potential to turn into a serious business opportunity. Diddy, as the host and mastermind, was the unofficial connector of this world, positioning himself as the bridge between creative visionaries and business leaders. The parties were like creative and financial symphonies in which Diddy was the conductor, guiding his guests toward alliances that might reshape industries. This wasn't just a party, it was Diddy's vision of a world where fun and business could dance together. These gatherings had an undeniable energy, a sense of anticipation and electricity in the air. The room was filled with people who were just as influential as they were ambitious, each bringing something unique to the table. Attendees knew that the white party was an exclusive stage where they could showcase their style, charisma, and ideas in the presence of peers and potential partners who could elevate their careers. Diddy's gift was knowing how to make introductions that mattered, whether connecting a rising fashion icon with an entertainment executive or introducing artists whose sounds might fuse into the next big hit. But it wasn't just about forging connections in the moment. Diddy had a bigger vision. He knew that these interactions could lead to lifelong partnerships that would ripple outward, affecting everything from music charts to corporate boardrooms. When Diddy introduced people at his white parties, he was playing the long game, setting up collaborations that would carry influence far beyond the night. From record deals and fashion partnerships to brand collaborations and endorsement deals, the alliances formed in those elegantly decorated rooms had a ripple effect that reverberated throughout the industry for years to come. This was also where Diddy himself became a networking legend. The host of the party, he floated from one circle to another, a glass in hand and a keen eye for opportunity. No conversation was too small, no introduction too insignificant. Diddy's charm and charisma made him the ultimate connector, a man who could not only bring people together but also inspire them to dream bigger. He was the beating heart of the event, effortlessly weaving the fabric of relationships that spanned industries. His parties offered him a unique platform to mix business with pleasure, crafting an empire that thrived on connections as much as it did on music and fashion. As the evening progressed, the energy grew and the conversations became deeper. Deals were discussed with enthusiasm, visions were shared over champagne, and handshakes sealed new ventures. For the attendees, the white party became a space where they could push boundaries, test new ideas, and explore potential business moves with a sense of excitement that few other venues could match. In this atmosphere, inspiration flowed as freely as the champagne, and attendees left not only with memories of a luxurious night, but with fresh plans and a fire to turn their dreams into reality. Diddy's white parties were more than celebrations. They were places where ideas, ambitions, and dreams converged. It was a playground for visionaries where the right introduction could lead to groundbreaking collaborations and where connections forged under the white draped chandeliers would go on to influence fashion trends, music innovations, and entire industries. Diddy wasn't just hosting a party, he was curating a space where the next generation of game changers could meet, network, and start building legacies of their own. In the end, these gatherings were about more than networking. They were about cultivating a mindset. Attendees left knowing they were part of something bigger, a select few among the entertainment elite who had been invited to join Diddy's world. It wasn't just a glamorous party, it was a powerful experience that redefined what was possible. And for Diddy, it was the ultimate business strategy, a way to keep his influence alive and growing, one meaningful connection at a time. The allure of the unattainable, building buzz through exclusivity. One of the most powerful tools in Diddy's playbook was the allure of exclusivity, and nowhere was this more evident than in his white parties. These weren't events you could simply buy a ticket to or stroll into with a friend. No, Diddy's white parties were strictly invite only, creating an aura of mystery, intrigue, and serious FOMO, fear of missing out, that set them apart in the world of celebrity gatherings. To be invited to one of these parties was to receive a golden ticket into a world most could only dream of, and for those left on the outside, the allure of these parties only grew stronger, fueling a sense of desire that was priceless. From the very beginning, Diddy knew that people covet what they can't easily have. By making his white parties an invite-only affair, he crafted an event that not only drew the biggest names in Hollywood, but also made those who weren't on the list yearn to be part of it. For celebrities, influencers, and industry power players, an invite was a status symbol in itself, proof that you had arrived in the upper echelons of fame and fortune. And for the fans and media, the exclusivity created a kind of mystique that turned these parties into legends, events where everyone wanted to be, but few could even get close. Every detail of the event was tailored to heighten that sense of exclusivity. The invitations themselves were works of art, often custom made and designed to stand out, a perfect symbol of the elite nature of the gathering. Receiving one of these coveted invitations wasn't just a formality, it was a rite of passage. And of course, each invitation came with a strict dress code, head to toe white. The all-white attire rule wasn't just about aesthetics, it was a badge of unity for those lucky enough to attend, a way to make everyone inside feel like they were part of a select, exclusive club, an experience where style and status merged into one. Inside the venue, the sense of exclusivity was woven into every aspect of the decor, ambiance, and guest experience. From the moment attendees arrived, they were immersed in a world that felt like it existed apart from reality. The decor was flawless, with luxurious touches that went far beyond the norm. Think white drapery cascading from ceiling to floor, pristine floral arrangements in various shades of white, and lighting that bathed the room in a soft, inviting glow. Each element reinforced the sense that this was no ordinary gathering. Diddy wasn't just throwing a party, he was curating an experience that felt rare, magical, and completely unattainable to those on the outside. The media frenzy around the white parties was relentless. Each year, tabloids, entertainment shows, and gossip websites buzzed with anticipation, speculating on who would attend and what they would wear. Cameras and reporters were stationed outside, hoping to catch a glimpse of the guest list or a photo of the event's stunning setup. Even for those who couldn't see inside, the media coverage turned the white parties into must-follow events, sparking discussions, rumors, and fantasies about what went on behind those exclusive doors. The high level of interest only fueled Diddy's mystique, positioning him not only as a tastemaker, but as a gatekeeper to an elite world that was equal parts glamorous and mysterious. Diddy's understanding of the power of exclusivity didn't stop at the invitations or decor. He knew that by making these events hard to access, he was building an empire of desire around his brand. He created a kind of scarcity that made the white parties seem even more valuable. When only the most influential, fashionable, and relevant people were allowed through the doors, the parties took on an almost mythic quality, with each one seeming like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Attending wasn't just a good time, it was a career statement, a social currency that could enhance one's reputation and visibility. For those who did make it inside, the privilege of attending didn't go unnoticed. Celebrities knew that just being at a Diddy white party put them on a pedestal, granting them access to a network of the best and brightest in the entertainment world. There was a sense of unity among the attendees, a feeling that they were part of something bigger, something exclusive, something others could only dream of. And this wasn't lost on the fans and media, who only grew more captivated by the spectacle, creating a feedback loop where each party became more sought after, more talked about, and more iconic than the last. This carefully curated exclusivity wasn't just a marketing strategy, it was brand building at its finest. By restricting access and keeping a tight grip on the guest list, Diddy established his white parties as the ultimate status symbol. Attending wasn't just about showing up, it was about joining a rarefied circle, a group of people who were part of Diddy's vision of style, power, and influence. The white parties became symbolic of Diddy's brand, sophisticated, elusive, and highly desirable. And because of this, Diddy himself became known not just as a music mogul, but as the architect of an elite lifestyle, a man who understood that the best things in life are rare, coveted, and hard to attain. As each year passed, the allure of the white parties only intensified. For those outside, the exclusivity created a feeling of admiration mixed with envy. The media coverage, the glamorous photos, and the hush-hush stories from inside made it clear that these parties were special, not just events, but cultural phenomena that people wanted to be part of, even if they never could. The more unattainable the white parties seemed, the more they captured the public's imagination, turning Diddy's brand into a symbol of the ultimate in luxury and style. Through his white parties, Diddy tapped into a timeless truth: people desire what they can't have. By making his events so exclusive, so hard to access, he turned them into something people would talk about long after the night was over. His white parties weren't just about exclusivity for exclusivity's sake, they were about building an empire, a brand that was desirable, untouchable, and infinitely cool. And with each invitation that went out, Diddy solidified his place as the creator of an elite experience that few could rival, a master of using exclusivity to build buzz, ignite desire, and keep people wanting more. Diddy's white parties may have been some of the most extravagant events of the early 2000s, but their impact was profound and far-reaching. These gatherings were more than just parties. They were carefully orchestrated, strategic moves that transformed Diddy's brand, expanded his business empire, and ultimately helped him on his journey to billionaire status. Each party wasn't just a night of glamour, it was a calculated step in cementing his role as a visionary entrepreneur who understood that the true power of a brand lies not just in the products you sell, but in the experiences you create. However, as allegations and rumors swirl, this empire faces potential challenges. If recent claims against Diddy gain traction or turn out to be true, his career and legacy could face a sharp downturn. His once unbreakable image of power, success, and sophistication could be reshaped overnight, casting shadows on a career that has long been defined by exclusivity and influence. These allegations, if proven, could lead to the unraveling of key partnerships, business deals, and endorsements that have helped secure his billionaire status, shifting his public image from one of inspiration to one clouded by controversy. Diddy's white parties once symbolized a carefully crafted world of luxury and exclusivity. Now, as scrutiny intensifies, that same world may risk being seen as a facade for deeper issues, impacting the public's trust in him and his brand, the very legacy he worked so tirelessly to build. The blending of high society, music, and luxury branding could face a lasting stain. In a world that increasingly demands accountability from its icons, Diddy's journey could shift from one of triumph to a lesson in the precariousness of fame and power. Ultimately, Diddy's white parties were once the ultimate brand building tool, elevating him to unimaginable heights. But in light of these controversies, the very exclusivity and mystery that once bolstered his empire might now contribute to its potential undoing, forcing a reckoning that could redefine his place in the industry forever.